In everyday life, understanding language goes far beyond recognizing words. The important thing is almost never just what is said, but how and when it is said. That ability to read between lines is so everyday that we rarely stop to think about how it works. Before continuing, if you like this content, do not forget to subscribe and give like. Your support is essential to continue creating more videos like this. For decades, science assumed that all these skills were part of the same general skill. A new study questions that idea and proposes a clearer and more concrete structure. Instead of a single pragmatic ability, there would be several distinct components. The work, published in one of the most influential scientific journals in the world, is based on one of our largest behavioral experiments on everyday language. Its results help to understand why some people better grasp sarcasm and others the emotional tone. When someone says "how punctual" to a late person, no one interprets that phrase literally. Understanding that message requires inferring the real intention of the speaker. That ability is what scientists call pragmatic language. Pragmaticism includes very varied phenomena: irony, sarcasm, humor, indirect petitions, and even small social lies. They are common resources that allow us to communicate without telling everything explicitly. Without them, human conversation would be rigid and unnatural. The study starts from a simple but profound question. Do all these abilities depend on the same mental mechanism? The answer, according to the data, is that no. The brain organizes these inferences into different systems that work in parallel. The researchers recruited 776 adults for an experiment that lasted about 8 hours. The tasks were diverse, from understanding jokes to interpreting irony. The idea was to cover the whole range of non-literal language. Data analysis showed that pragmatic skills are organized into 3 large, relatively independent systems. The first is linked to knowledge of social norms and conventions, which help us to infer intentions. The second group does not depend so much on social norms, but on general knowledge about how the world works. Understanding a message involves reasoning about causes and consequences, which also forms a distinct set of skills. The third component relates to the ability to interpret the tone and intonation of speech. Detecting whether someone is being sarcastic or showing surprise depends to a large extent on these acoustic signals. Understanding this structure helps explain common individual differences and can be useful in studying neurodivergent populations. The study opens questions relevant to technology and education, especially in artificial intelligence.